everybody, and welcome to another Winter 2014 S.W.A.T review. My name is Alan, otherwise known as C-Suite.
I'm Kate, otherwise known as Narataki.
And if you like this, you can go to reversethieves.com and get a bunch of cool blog posts every week, as well as other podcasts.
This time we're looking at Sakura Trick from Studio Deen, which is streaming on Crunchyroll. And it's sort of this very light-hearted Yuri comedy romance series. It's very upbeat, I guess.
Based on a 4-panel comic, which kind of showed in its pacing, and Kate already sticks out her tongue.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it was bad. It's not my type of humor. You know, it's a little too, like, cute girls being cute. Wasn't that hilarious? And then also, there were jokes where I just really didn't get it. There were a lot of times where I didn't get the joke, or if that was supposed to be funny.
The prime example I could think of was there's this, like, classroom that nobody's using that the two girls like to meet at, and they find the front door is locked, and they go to the back door, and she opens it up, and she's like, "Don't you have any, like, retort to say?" And then the scene ends. And I, like, turned to Kate and my roommate, and I was like, did anybody else get that joke? Did I miss a line or, like, not understand a bit of context? And everybody else is like, ho, 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 hysterical. And I'm like, what?
No. I'd say it's like 75% comedy, 4-cone comedy, and then a little bit of Yuri romance. There's a lot of kissing in the episode, and the opening is real upbeat and cute, and it seems like there will be other couples in the series as it goes on. That was nice enough. Although their first time they kissed, it was like, oh, that's a really nice kiss. And then it's like, starts to get like a little weird. I don't know what was up with that. But then when they kiss later, it's better. So I guess they just needed some practice. Like, I don't know about that. It's nice. I would say that even though it's not a show I'm going to watch or it's really, like, not for me, it is nice to see a little more variety in the Yuri shows because, you know, the ones that I can think of in the past, there's, like, Sasameki Koto that came out, and there was Sweet Blue Flowers, which were both good, but this one is also different, so it's adding a little bit, you know, this is much more just lighthearted. I don't think we're gonna be getting into anybody's, like, identity or, you know, like, social normative problem. You know, like, I don't think any of that's there.
When are we gonna come out of the closet to our parents kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be just fun and lighthearted for people who are really looking for that. But, man, I was like...
Yeah, no. I think we have to mention the most important thing that anyone can mention, which is we didn't mention the main couple.
We were talking about them.
No, but we didn't mention that it's the story of a spunky girl with flowers in her hair and how she's dating a sentient towel that has a girl attached to her.
God, if there was anything extremely wrong with this episode, it is the ribbon in the red-haired girl's hair. Oh my god. Like, once you see it, you can't stop looking at it. It's an utter distraction. They should only shoot her from one side so you never see it. I feel like, I don't even think it's supposed to be there. I think it got stuck there, and, like, somebody needs to cut it out later in the show because it's really horrible.
It's just like, it's supposed to be a cute big ribbon, but it just looks like somebody's hand towel got attached to her head, and nobody has the heart to tell her that it's there.
It really does. Oh, and I have to also mention that before I watched the episode, I saw a lot of chatter about the show, which I try to avoid, but in this instance, I wasn't able to. But I saw a lot of people being like, oh yeah, it's kind of fan servicey. It's not really. I mean, this is pretty chaste fan service.
I mean, I guess the idea was, once again, there was kissing, which automatically...
That's not fan service.
And
I mean, it's contextual. I mean, I guess it's sort of fan service, but, like, it's a romance about a couple, so they're probably gonna kiss at some point. You hope, unless it happens at the end. Whatever, we don't need to get into the specifics, but I don't necessarily consider kissing fan service.
And I did notice, and once again, this is hardly suddenly it becomes Tendo Tenge out of nowhere. But there was a bit of boob bounce on certain girls. But once again,
it's like I wasn't saying that there was no fan service, but it's pretty mild in terms of anime.
You know what?
It's like, come on, there wasn't any panty shots or anything.
You know what I think the problem is? To use the Cromartie high school term, it's Kamiyama effect. Where there's the whole idea that if something is normally mild, even a slight bump up seems drastic, as opposed to, like, if you saw some harem anime with, like, fan service, you're like, well, it's a harem anime, I expect it. But I feel like these 4-coma-y stuff usually doesn't, romantic especially, doesn't usually have any fan service. So the fact that this has a little bit, and not, once again, not egregious, it seems so much more because it's more than the genre usually has.
Alright. I guess I can see
but
that.
I don't think...
I mean, I guess I feel like a lot of times for me, and again, I'm not really interested in this show, but like, the amount of fan service can sometimes determine, like, maybe I'll skip this one, but it's I feel like it's not a game changer for this show, you know, like, where it's like, oh, your mileage may vary because there's a lot of fan service. It's like, not really. I think if you like Yuri, I think you'll probably like this if you enjoy that sort of cute girl 4-coma humor, which is like kryptonite for me. Like,
I do feel I did see a few people before we were discussing it being like, happy that it wasn't just Yuri tease, it was actual Yuri, which I think is one of the things about the comedy genre. Usually Yuri comedy is Yuri tease, not actual, like, the real deal. So, all right, see you guys next time.